Have you ever felt like your life was spiraling out of control, like you're just a passenger on a wild ride that never seems to slow down? Maybe you've struggled with emotions that seem to hit like waves, crashing over you one after another, leaving you barely able to catch your breath. What if I told you there's an ancient philosophy that has helped countless people, warriors, emperors, everyday individuals, find their center amidst life's chaos? This philosophy, known as Stoicism, offers profound lessons on how to master your emotions, navigate challenges with grace, and reclaim the power you may not even realize you've been giving away. Today, we're not just talking about abstract ideas or historical figures. We're diving into the heart of Stoic teachings and how they can transform your daily life, right here and now. I know some of you might be thinking, how can ideas from over 2,000 years ago help me today? But if you're open to challenging your assumptions and ready to explore something that could truly shift your perspective, then stick around. I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll see that the wisdom of Stoicism is not just a relic of the past, but a powerful toolkit for living a more composed, resilient, and purposeful life. I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below if you're someone who's open to new ideas, someone who seeks wisdom from different perspectives. Share your experiences, whether you're already familiar with Stoicism or just now beginning to explore it. Express your gratitude for the insights you've gained so far in life, and let's build a community that values growth and philosophical understanding. In this video, we're going to unpack 11 Stoic lessons that can help you master your emotions. These are not just surface-level tips. They are profound shifts in how you see the world and your place in it. I'm going to challenge some of your beliefs, maybe even push you out of your comfort zone, and I encourage you to watch until the very end to get the full picture. You'll come away with tools that can change the way you handle life's inevitable ups and downs. So, if you're ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with someone who's seeking more than just the ordinary. Let's dive into Stoicism together, and who knows, you might just find that what you've been searching for has been within your control all along. Lesson 1. Embrace challenges as opportunities. When you face a challenge, what's really happening? You're being presented with a situation that's out of your comfort zone, right? It's like life is saying, hey, here's something tough, something you're not used to. What are you going to do about it? And this is where Stoicism steps in with a powerful tool, the reframing of obstacles as opportunities. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that every obstacle creates a new path, a new way to approach something, a chance to grow and learn. Let's make it real with an example. Imagine you've just lost your job, a situation many would see as a major setback. It's natural to feel upset, worried, or even afraid. But embracing this Stoic lesson, you might ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What opportunities does this open up that I didn't have when I was spending my days in that old job? Maybe it's the chance to pursue a passion you've always put on the back burner, or to shift into a career that's more fulfilling. Maybe it's as simple as having the time to reassess what you really want from life. This isn't about pretending that challenges aren't hard or painful. It's about seeing beyond the immediate struggle. It's about shifting our perspective to view each challenge as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. By doing so, we not only cope with difficulties better, but we also open ourselves up to new possibilities. This approach doesn't just help us survive tough times, it helps us thrive, turning what could have been a roadblock into a pathway to something potentially wonderful. So, when life throws you a curveball, try to catch it and throw it back. Look for the opportunities that lurk within the challenges. Ask yourself how this situation might actually be beneficial. It's a profound shift in thinking that can lead to equally profound outcomes in your life. And remember, the way we react to challenges can define our path forward. Lesson 2. The power of reflective questions. What's so special about asking yourself questions? Well, Stoicism teaches us that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but rather the views we hold about them. This idea comes straight from Epictetus, who was a huge advocate for self-examination through questioning. Reflective questioning helps us challenge and change these views, giving us more control over our reactions. Here's a practical example. Let's say you're stuck in traffic and you're getting increasingly frustrated. Now, if you ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? It suddenly puts the situation into perspective. This question helps you realize that while it's annoying now, it's really a minor issue in the grand scheme of things. It's not about diminishing your feelings, but about empowering you to focus on what truly matters. Another powerful question in the Stoic toolkit is, what's within my control? This question is fundamental in Stoicism and helps differentiate between what you can change and what you must let go. In our traffic scenario, you can't control the jam, but you can control your response to it. You might choose to listen to a podcast, plan your day, or simply enjoy some quiet time. Reflective questions like these promote a form of mindfulness that's very active. Instead of being swept away by initial reactions, you pause and consider your thoughts and feelings more deeply. This doesn't just apply to negative situations either. When something great happens, asking, "What can I learn from this?" can amplify the positive impacts of good experiences. This practice of pausing and pondering isn't just about dealing with the present either. It's about building a more resilient and wise future self. Each time you engage in this kind of reflection, you're training your mind to think more clearly and react more wisely. It's about cultivating a mindset that automatically leans towards constructive thoughts and actions. So next time you find yourself reacting automatically, try throwing a reflective question into the mix. It might just change the way you see and interact with the world. And that's the real power of Stoic practice, turning what seems like simple introspection into profound personal change. Lesson 3. Distinguishing between what we can and cannot control. The Stoics, wise as they were, really hit the nail on the head with the dichotomy of control. Epictetus famously said, "Some things are in our control and others not." It sounds straightforward, right? But the implications are profound. By focusing our energy only on what we can actually influence, we can significantly reduce our stress and increase our effectiveness. Think about how often we fret over things beyond our reach, the weather, traffic, or even other people's actions. We can't change these things, no matter how much we might want to. Now, imagine letting go of that frustration and instead focusing on what you can change, like your preparation for bad weather, your departure time to avoid traffic, or how you react to someone else's behavior. This principle doesn't just help us cope with annoyances, it also enhances our relationships and professional life. In interactions with friends or colleagues, recognizing what's not in our control helps us avoid unnecessary conflicts. For instance, you can't control someone else's mood, but you can control how you respond to it, whether you escalate the situation or bring calmness to it. Applying this lesson means practicing mindfulness about where your control truly lies. It involves asking yourself, is this something I can actually change? Or am I trying to push a boulder uphill? If it's the latter, it might be time to reassess your approach. By consistently practicing this Stoic lesson, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and empowerment. It's like setting down a heavy load you never really had to carry. That's the freedom Stoicism offers, a practical pathway to reducing our own suffering by aligning our efforts with what's truly within our hands. So next time you find yourself getting worked up over something, take a moment to ask, is this within my control? If it isn't, consider how liberating it could be to simply let that go and focus on where you can make a real difference. This isn't about surrender, it's about strategic, intelligent allocation of your energy and care. It's about making the most impactful moves in the game of life, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Lesson 4. The importance of reflection before action. In our fast-paced world, there's a real temptation to react immediately to every stimulus, to reply instantly to every email, to comment at once on every social media post. But Stoicism offers a different path, one that values the pause, taking a moment to reflect before we act. This principle might seem simple, but it's incredibly powerful when put into practice. Think about it. How often have we said something in haste that we later regretted, or made a decision in the heat of the moment that turned out to be the wrong one? Stoicism teaches us that reflection is the key to avoiding these pitfalls. By taking a step back, we give ourselves the space to think clearly, to evaluate the situation from all angles, and to act not out of immediate emotion, but from reasoned choice. This reflective pause is what Seneca was all about. He advocated for a measured approach to life, where one takes the time to assess their impulses and emotions rather than being ruled by them. By asking ourselves, why am I feeling this urge to respond so quickly? What might be the consequences of this action? We open up a space for wisdom to enter into our decision-making process. Incorporating this pause into our lives can start small. For example, when you receive a provocative email, instead of firing off a reactive response, take a breath. Give it an hour or even a day and consider your words carefully. This practice helps you respond more thoughtfully and often more effectively. The beauty of this Stoic practice is that it not only prevents regrets, but also promotes a deeper understanding of ourselves and our motivations. It builds a habit of mindfulness that can extend to all areas of our life, from our professional decisions to our personal relationships and even to our internal dialogues. By regularly engaging in this reflective pause, we not only make better decisions, but also cultivate a calmer, more deliberate way of moving through the world. It's about choosing not to be at the mercy of our initial reactions, but rather to be guided by thoughtful deliberation. Lesson 5. The practice of Stoic journaling. Journaling is something many of us might associate with teenagers scribbling secrets into diaries, but in the world of Stoicism, it's a robust tool for personal growth and self-reflection. Stoic journaling isn't just about recounting events or venting emotions, it's a methodical practice aimed at developing wisdom and resilience. The great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius himself left us perhaps the most famous example of this practice with his Meditations, a collection of personal writings that delve into the challenges and reflections of his life. Through journaling, Marcus Aurelius worked to clarify his thoughts, scrutinize his actions, and align himself more closely with his Stoic principles. His writings weren't intended for publication, but were a means for self-improvement and philosophical contemplation. So, how does Stoic journaling work? It's quite simple and immensely powerful. You start by recording your daily experiences, but with a focus on analyzing your responses and reactions. The goal is to observe yourself from a distance and evaluate how aligned your actions are with your values. For instance, if you encountered a frustrating situation at work, you wouldn't just write about how annoyed you felt. Instead, you'd explore why you reacted that way, what this reaction says about your expectations or judgments, and how you could respond differently in the future. This kind of journaling fosters an incredible degree of self-awareness. It encourages us to ask ourselves tough questions like, am I living according to my principles? Or, what virtues did I practice today? By reflecting on these questions daily, you begin to see patterns in your behavior that you might want to change. It's about identifying your strengths and weaknesses and setting a course for personal development. Another beautiful aspect of Stoic journaling is that it serves as a private dialogue with oneself. There's no need to hold back or worry about judgment from others. It's a space where you can be completely honest, which is crucial for true self-reflection and growth. Incorporating journaling into your daily routine doesn't have to be time-consuming. Even a few minutes each day can provide valuable insights. You might write in the morning to set your intentions for the day, or in the evening to reflect on what transpired and what you learned. Over time, this practice can lead to profound changes, not just in how you understand yourself, but in how you engage with the world. If you've never tried journaling before, or if you've been skeptical of its benefits, I encourage you to give it a try. Approach it as an experiment in living more deliberately. You might just find that this Stoic practice is a key to deeper self-knowledge and wisdom, one page at a time. Lesson 6. Embracing non-attachment. In our journey through Stoicism, one of the most transformative yet challenging lessons is the practice of non-attachment. Now, when we hear non-attachment, some might think it means not caring about anything or anyone, but that's a misconception. Stoicism teaches us a different way to approach our attachments, how to deeply engage with life without being overwhelmed by the ups and downs it throws our way. The idea is simple yet profound. You can experience emotions, enjoy relationships, pursue passions, but always maintain a certain level of detachment. This doesn't mean you don't care. It means you don't allow these things to control you. Think about it like watching a play at the theater. You can get absorbed in the story, feel the characters' joys and sorrows, but at the back of your mind, you know it's a performance. No matter how intense the scene, you remain seated, composed. That's the kind of detachment Stoicism encourages. Why is this important? Because life is full of changes and uncertainties. If we tie our happiness strictly to outcomes, the success of a project, the behavior of a friend, the flux of our finances, we set ourselves up for constant turmoil. Stoics like Epictetus emphasized focusing on our efforts and letting go of our grip on the results. This approach doesn't diminish our drive. Rather, it enhances our peace of mind, because we're not constantly swayed by external circumstances. Embracing non-attachment also means accepting that we don't own the people, possessions, or even the moments in our lives. Everything is transient. By acknowledging this, we can appreciate our experiences and relationships more in the cycle of constant comparison and immediate gratification. Here, practicing indifference can be particularly freeing. By choosing to disengage from the pursuit of likes and viral success, we can focus more on creating content that is meaningful and fulfilling to us personally, rather than content crafted solely to garner approval. This approach not only reduces stress, but also fosters creativity and authenticity. Cultivating indifference also extends to our interpersonal relationships. It involves recognizing that we cannot control others' actions, only our reactions to them. For instance, if someone cancels plans last minute, instead of letting disappointment or irritation take over, view the situation with indifference. Use the unexpected free time for self-care or to catch up on other activities. This perspective helps maintain peace of mind and keeps relationships free of unnecessary drama. Furthermore, daily mindfulness practices like meditation and journaling can reinforce the practice of Stoic indifference. Meditation helps in developing a detached view of our thoughts and emotions, allowing us to observe them without getting entangled. Journaling, on the other hand, can help us reflect on our daily experiences and identify areas where our responses may not align with our values, guiding us towards more mindful reactions. Cultivating Stoic indifference is about creating a buffer between ourselves and the external events that we have no control over. It allows us to live more deliberately, with an emphasis on personal responsibility and self-regulation. By fostering this mindset, we not only enhance our ability to cope with life's challenges, but also unlock a more joyful and meaningful existence. As we wrap up our exploration of Marcus Aurelius's Stoic principle of indifference, it's clear that this ancient wisdom offers profound insights for contemporary life. The practice of Stoic indifference isn't about disengaging from the world around us. Instead, it's about engaging with it more wisely. By focusing our energy only on those aspects of life that we can influence and maintaining a composed detachment from those we cannot, we cultivate a robust inner peace and resilience. This philosophy teaches us that true empowerment comes from within. It's not the events themselves, but our responses to them that define our experience. As we learn to apply this Stoic indifference, we find that many of life's stresses, once so overwhelming, lose their grip on us. We gain freedom to live with greater joy, less anxiety, and a deeper appreciation for the present moment. Each day gives us a new opportunity to practice this form of indifference. Whether it's choosing not to be upset by a rude comment, not sweating the small stuff at work, or accepting that some things are beyond our repair, each small practice builds up to a significant transformation in how we experience life. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Stoic thought. If you found this discussion enlightening and wish to deepen your understanding of Stoic practices, consider watching one of our suggested videos appearing on your screen now. These will provide further insights into how Stoicism can enhance different areas of your life. Thank you for being a part of Stoic Journal. Remember, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Let's carry this powerful thought with us as we continue to navigate the complexities of life with wisdom and serenity.